actually know what's going on here.
I literally have no idea. Help.
We're 20 whatever. Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
And welcome back to 20 Whatever takes on one of our favorite guilty pleasures, reality TV.
Oh, I'm so excited
Trash
for this
TV,
episode. It's
my
going to
fave.
be so good.
It's gonna be so good. Well, here's the thing. There's like a bajillion. The variety of reality TV is vast.
It's not even like a genre anymore.
No.
Before you could be like reality TV. No, there's like 8 subgenres within reality TV.
Yeah.
That's like being like, what kind of shows do you like? The acted ones.
Yeah, right.
And so much I feel like reality TV show now is like not even set up as reality TV show. Like
Right.
You like obviously like this Love is Blind and stuff like we know that this is reality, but so many like you watch that you're consuming.
Right.
Like back in the day watching Say Yes to the Dress, I wasn't like, oh, this is a reality TV show. I just really
Right.
thought that these women
This
were
is
here.
just life.
This
Right.
is just life.
And the camera's just there.
Yes, because they were like non-scripted. I mean, obviously it is, but like back in the day, I was like, wow, these people are just like really going through it, or like this is so dramatic and emotional. Like, how come this thing is happening to this woman over and over and over? I mean, now I'm like, all right,
And
well,
how did we get a camera in there in the
How did
bathroom
we get-
before she
yeah,
like ran and crying? Like that's amazing.
Yes,
It's
yes,
The
so
way
yes.
that I thought that anyone could just like walk into the Kleinfeld store and then automatically be on Say Yes to the Dress.
yes,
Because it's just like, oh, they're coming in today looking for this. Like, of course, they just walked in off the street.
right. And they were probably like, hey, do you like want to be on the show? And they were like, yeah. And that was it. Anyway, all to say.
We have so much to cover today.
Yes.
And before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys, we are trying to hit our subscriber goal of 1,000. So please, if you haven't yet, hit that.
100,000.
What did I say?
1,000.
Oh my gosh, 100.
Yay! All right, let's go home.
Please never kill that bit. I love that so much.
I wish that she was in on the bit. I just don't think she is.
At this point, we're laughing at me, not with
No,
me. 'cause
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not- Okay, everyone. So thank you so much for reaching the 100 goal.
1,000
Oh my god. Okay, all right. Well, please subscribe because if not, these guys over here, they're gonna.
Yeah, we gotta send her back to school. So if we get 100,000 subscribers, we can pay to send her to school.
Imagine the next episode, there's just like a completely different person, but we just pretend it's Paloma the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
been like on TV shows when they recast someone and never address
Oh
it.
yes, it'll be
And we're
just
like,
that.
Paloma, did you get a new makeup routine? You look a little bit different.
But like, so good. I love the upgrade. Anyway,
Kenzie, and she's like, yeah. We thought no one would notice. We thought we'd switch out the twins really quick. and no one would. She's like,
yeah.
Yeah, you do. Wait, you do Kenzie really well. Do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
So please help us reach our 100,000.
1,000.
What's
wrong?
I just wanted to make sure it was right.
100,000.
Please help us reach 100,000 subscribers. Please subscribe to send me to school.
Please, for her sake.
There's like sweat rolling down her.
Literally.
Beads of sweat.
Golly.
Oh my god.
Help her.
Anything else we have to go over?
Not
lady?
from you. Not from you. No. Actually, you know what? And I'm going to go. We're going to read from the group chat today.
Mhm.
Yes,
This is
everyone.
how
get it
this
together.
episode's gonna go. Just so you know.
This is setting the tone for the episode, for the rest of it. Good luck to you. Good luck to us. Good luck to Jess.
I wish in this moment it could cut to like a reality TV confessional of Paloma being like, all these girls do is make fun of me. And you know what? I think if one more time, and then it cuts back to you
Yeah.
and it's like the intense music.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then it happens one more time, and she never does anything. She was just big and bad for the confessionals.
And then it cuts to commercial.
yeah.
Yes. We are our own reality TV show.
True.
And I love this for us. Okay. Anyways, so reading from the group chat. This is from Marissa. Hey guys, Marissa here. Love the pod and just wanted to share a fun story. On my desk, I have a cute picture framed of my boyfriend playing soccer because that is when he is in his happy place. Cute. He came into my room and pointed at the picture and said, ew, why is that ugly picture there? I then said, don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah.
All serious. And he just stared at me, not knowing what to say next until he just left the room. Haha, my favorite.
I love that.
Marissa.
I love that. He was probably like,
Shook.
huh? What?
But I'm
Like-
sure he like reflected on that. Like I'm sure like that meant something to him and probably was like,
Right.
wow. You know?
Also, isn't it funny that there could be a photo of you where you think you look bad, but someone that loves you would look at that and be like, they look so happy, so authentically them,
Right.
so carefree, right? Like they're doing something, like she said, she likes that picture because he's doing the thing that he loves
Yeah.
and makes him happy.
Yeah.
You're so right about that.
I know.
Truly can't tell how many times I've seen like boy Riayn be like, look at this picture of you. And I'm like, babe,
I'm like,
I look so, he's
ew.
like, you look so happy. Look at you.
Yeah.
And like, it's truly that essence of like the happiness.
Yeah.
So
And then for somebody to be like, because if this was somebody else, right? And like her boyfriend came in and was like, ew, that ugly picture. And it was like actually her friend. She'd be like, that is so
That's
rude.
so
Why would you talk
rude.
about my friend like that?
right. Absolutely.
Same vibe.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so good.
I know. Let's keep it up, ladies.
Yeah, keep it up.
Keep that up.
Do that to your friends, to your family. I want more stories like that. I need to start doing it a lot more too.
Mhm.
I love it. And if you want to be a part of the conversation and text us as well, you can at 917-810-3045.
Okay. So what was your first experience you can remember watching reality TV?
Whoever.
I know. I'm like, I don't even think it was MTV just yet. I might have started on TLC. Like with like Little People Big World, Say Yes to the
Yes.
Dress.
I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
I binged some of those when I was pregnant. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it was entertaining.
Right.
I didn't know I was pregnant.
I remember those shook me.
I remember thinking like, could that happen to me? I mean, I guess.
Well, because you wouldn't
I
know.
guess. But like, I was like, oh my God, like these people are just living, laughing, and loving. And then all of a sudden, they're babying. So scary.
Without even knowing.
No,
Without knowing.
right. Oh, what's the Intervention? Ooh, I loved
I
Intervention.
don't remember this one. Remind me.
Totally. People with, with drug addictions or
Oh,
alcohol
okay.
addictions, and their families would like try to get them to go to like rehab and stuff, but they would like, but it
like
was
what
like
TV? That's like crazy TV because that's like so personal and
Yeah,
so
and it
heavy.
was
Exploitative,
yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, it got a lot of backlash for just being like not the best way because they would like bum rush them and be like, you need to go to rehab, blah blah blah.
and that
they'd be
person's like, okay,
no.
not only do I have
There's
to go to
also
rehab,
cameras.
there's cameras.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like a lot.
Well, because then the goal isn't like, hey, we love and care about you and want you to go to rehab. It's, hey, we love and care about you and want you to go to rehab. But more importantly, let's make good TV.
Yeah.
That's
oh my
so,
God.
that was so cool. Remember-
Hoarders. Hoarders.
Hoarders?
Hoarders.
Wife swap.
Oh,
Dude, I get so many wife swap clips and
literally
hoarders clips on TikTok.
Wife
just
swap.
so good. And it would always be like I mean, obviously it's TV, but the most drastically different people. And you just knew, you were like, oh, the husband and the new wife are going to fight. Oh, they're so strict. The mom that's going to come in is going to give him candy and then they're going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Or the ones where they would be like, we're really religious. And then the other ones that are like, we're like so not. And they would like make them go to church and do all this stuff. And they'd be like, what is going on?
And I feel like they'd always, instead of matching like the religious family with just like, yeah, we're like agnostic, they'd be like, here's like the witchy family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
then the Christian mom could be like, this is Satan.
yes,
It literally
yes.
went from 0 to 100. Like they were trying to find like polar opposites.
Oh,
But
yeah.
obviously, like we just mentioned, just to make good TV. Like they
And then it worked.
It was good TV.
It was great TV. Oh my God.
And the way that they would do those intros, God, I wish I could just watch compilation on compilation of those intros where it would be like, Rebecca is a suburban housewife who believes in traditional gender roles and runs her family with an iron fist. And then
so good.
meet Tiffany. Tiffany's a free spirit who does free range parenting and doesn't believe in this. Like they always.
Yeah. Oh
my
yes.
God.
Yes,
That was so
yes.
good.
That was great. Oh my God. I just thought of one that I ate up. Bridezillas. I loved Bridezillas. I was like, these crazy women.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The one where they would go and like tell what not to wear, and they would just tear the women apart.
With Stacey and Clinton.
They would literally put they were like, oh, just wear like your best. Like what you
Wear
think
your
your
best,
best.
your
Like you
best.
look your best. And they like dress up and they feel good. They put them in a room full of mirrors and they're like, this is so ugly.
You're
Do you see how fat you
disgusting.
look? Do you see how ugly you are? Do you see these ugly shoes?
The
You
way
are
they like
so
even
poor.
touch them, like they touch them,
Yeah,
they're like
like,
literally,
oh
like,
my God.
yeah.
And the way they would say it too, they would take it beyond the clothes. They'd be like, look at the image you're presenting. This says slob.
I
this
don't
says
care
I
about
don't care.
myself. You're like, I actually hate my life. I mean, you're like, and these women are like,
Looking at
yeah.
themselves.
You know what? We have that now, and it's a beautiful, wonderful, heartwarming, inspiring, and loving show, and that's Queer Eye. That is what that
Right.
well, they weren't trying to do that because they were really mean, but same, like, this is, they're trying to help them present themselves, but these people were like, you're so ugly.
They were
How
like,
could you walk out of your house like that?
When they would go through their closets and be like, never die alone. This, and I was like, oh my. They
like
were like,
into like garbage bags.
Yes, they
So
were like all of
rude.
it. They were like, we don't know what you've been doing. Just goodbye. I was like, crazy.
I remember that intro so clearly because it was like them walking the streets of New York, but all the signs were like fashion related. And there was like a sign that said like,
Yes.
no white shoes after Labor Day.
Yes.
And I remember like taking a mental note at like 11 years old being like, got it. White shoes after Labor Day? Not
no.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stacey and Clinton.
Right. Yes.
Thank you, Stacey.
God, and then remember like the reveals at the end? It would be like their husbands or boyfriends or just like families or whatever, like waiting for them. Jaws on the ground. Like, for sure, but also like
just put her in a blazer.
reel it in.
You put her in a blazer.
And like red lipstick.
And they were like, wow.
Wow, I've never seen. Oh my God.
Now this says boss woman.
Now, this says I'm loving my life. This says maybe I took a shower today. Crazy. I loved it.
Wow.
I ate it up.
That was a good show.
Ate it up.
Did you guys watch any of those niche MTV shows that I feel like I would only watch when I was like homesick? There would be
They're like in the middle of the day?
yeah, like Parental Control.
Yes.
I watched Pimp My Ride was on all the time, but
Oh,
during the
yes.
daytime they would sometimes play Pimp My Truck.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I don't ever think I
Yep.
saw that one, but
I stayed home from sick a lot, you guys.
she got to see all of Jackass.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah,
that's like every
Oh my God, Jackass, right.
Maid.
Oh, yes.
Maid. They would like go to people's school and be like, I want to be made into a soccer player. And then
Yep.
they'd like spend a week making them a soccer player.
I watched like
Done.
the one that
So
were like,
good.
I want to be like in the theater department, like play, and they like help them audition for it and
Yeah,
everything. And I was
yes.
like, this is crazy.
This is crazy. What I can't, I don't know why, but I have like I remember it was called Next, and it was like in like a truck or like a bus or something, and they would have like somebody was like looking for love or whatever, and there would be a bunch of like guys or girls like in a bus, and they would come out one at a time,
Oh,
and then like meet the person, and they'd be like, oh, next.
Next.
That's
literally
It was like swiping before swiping.
Yes, it was swiping literally in real life. Look at that. That's exactly what it was. They would come out of the bus. Yep, just like that.
Oh,
also, look
boy.
at this outfit in the front.
yeah, that is what we were wearing.
I wore that. I
I was
had
gonna
that
say
outfit.
I had,
Yeah.
and also the logo that they have
Yes.
there. It's like of everything.
Oh
that
yeah,
they-
the arrows.
The
Yeah,
arrows.
yeah. Oh my God, not the most iconic, but honestly, a reality TV show that will go down in history. Catfish.
Oh,
Catfish.
It's still going on.
It's still
too.
going.
Yeah.
but
I
that's
didn't know that they're making new ones. Of
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. And
Yeah.
people are still
People
like
are still
getting
catfishing. Yeah,
catfish.
I don't know how, but
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about that. How in 2023 are you getting catfished? Like successfully getting catfished to the point where you have to like call somebody to help you.
Yeah.
How?
I feel like that from watching the show. It was always like, that like me trying to figure
No,
out. It's
right.
like it had to have been that they were just like, oh, they can't get onto like FaceTime. Like back in that day, it
Hell
was like,
no,
remember, like that's what I'm saying. Like now in this day,
That's
it's
what
like
I'm
I can't
saying.
just like see you. Like you can't one-on-one.
You're literally telling me your iPhone doesn't
Yeah.
work, or your little like you can't send a Snapchat, send me a selfie. You can't like
Right.
dog.
No,
come
right.
on.
And back in the day, I feel like it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
as-
for sure.
Yeah.
But like
Mhm.
But
successfully
now-
how are you getting catfished?
And it's always funny seeing like the like just Neve like processing it all
yes.
because he's been doing it for so long. And,
yeah.
And he's like, okay, and you believe that their webcam has been broken for 6 years.
6 years. Right.
Right.
Except there was this one episode. It was fairly early on, but it just stuck with me. It was all the red flags, right? And
Right.
and you know where it's going. But in this episode, the guy was telling the truth. She had only ever seen like 2 photos of him. And he said his webcam was broken and like da-da-da-da, and he was always bailing on her. Turns out he's exactly who he said he is. His webcam is broken. He's just completely technologically inept. But he truly was like interested in her and exactly who he said he was. And
my
Neve,
God.
Neve was like shocked. Neve was like, so what's the deal with the webcam? He's like, yeah, I just don't have one. And like, I don't really know that much about technology.
Neve's like, oh my
Oh,
God, we
Neve's
just
like
got to
a-
get these guys together.
Oh, there was also My Super Sweet 16.
Oh
That
yes.
that show
Loved.
ruined birthday parties for me because I'm like, look at what it could be.
Look what it could be. But also those kids were brats.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
so like
I mean, look, and
aggressive with it.
hearing the budgets that they had for this, I was like,
thousands and thousands.
I know.
And then they'd be like, here's your Mercedes Benz, and then the kid would be like, I wanted the pink one.
Yes.
And all the friends
God.
would be like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
that was super cool. Like, seeing, like, the parties when it finally came out. Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was so cool. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the themes that they would have.
Yeah.
So cool.
I remember like at that point, right, planning my Sweet 16 for like so many years because like so
Of
many
that
years
show.
before. Yeah. I was like, yeah, and I'm going to have this big, huge like pink dress and we're going to have like cupcakes falling from the sky and like, you know, like crap like that. I don't even think
and
I
Hannah
had like a
Montana's
Sweet
going to be
16.
there and perform.
Yes. And they would sometimes have like
celebrities.
celebrities come.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, you got me Snoop Dogg only or something. They're like,
Boo.
yeah,
Yeah.
like there's parents were like getting these kids stuff and they
I
were always
know.
like never enough. But like, I get it.
No. Right.
We're on Sweet 16 on MTV. So
Bad Girls Club. Did you guys ever get into Bad
Yes.
Girls Club?
I was like, I felt like,
That-
okay, when
yeah.
my parents are coming in, like flip back to Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
That and Jersey
Oh,
Shore
yeah.
were like
Jersey-
the
yeah.
hidden ones.
Jersey
There were
Shore.
quite
Yeah.
a few of those MTV shows, like Tila Tequila, where I'd be watching it and I'd be like, Mommy and Daddy coming in the room.
Yeah, I
back
should
to
probably
Disney
turn this
Channel.
up. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the
Because they were a
Tila
little
Tequila.
bit just, they were, obviously there was a lot of like fighting and like drinking and cussing and stuff, but they were also a little bit too sexy
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
didn't know when it was coming and then it just came and then you were like,
Oh my
And,
God.
and that's always when your parents walk in the room.
Absolutely.
I know.
They can never walk in during like the conversations. It's
Right.
always during like the sex.
Yeah, literally.
Always.
It's never Snooki at the computer like, and I
No,
got...
no, it's Snooki on top of a table with her dress like all the way up.
I know. And
Yeah.
my mom's like, look at this crap that you're watching.
I
And I'm
know.
like,
They're like, you know, this
And
is
you're like, but
cinema.
I eat it up.
I know.
This is cinema.
But watching Snooki run on the boardwalk, where's the beach?
Where's the beach?
Where's the beach?
And the camera guys were like literally showing
Panning
her
to
at the
At
beach.
the
Like,
beach.
And she got arrested.
and she got arrested.
I remember when that episode was going to air, I was so excited to
Yeah.
like tune in for that one.
Jersey Shore, like, I think might have like ruined me a little bit. Like, I was like, I can't wait to turn 21. I'm just gonna lose my absolute mind. And then I did.
Yeah.
And then I did.
Are you saying that Jersey Shore might have influenced you now in your adult life?
Yeah,
Period. Thank you, Jersey Shore.
Are you
Yeah.
saying that Jersey Shore is responsible for this?
absolutely 100%.
Yes.
Thank you, Jersey
Yes,
Shore.
thank you, Jersey Shore.
Thank you, Jersey Shore, for your
You
service.
did that.
I do think Jersey Shore was like a cultural reset.
100%.
Like of all
Absolutely.
these shows we've talked about, Jersey Shore was the one that like I remember we had soccer practice on the day that Jersey Shore
Oof,
aired.
yeah.
So we would spend the whole soccer practice talking about what was going to happen. And
Right.
it's t-shirt time.
Yeah,
oh, we got
yeah,
a GTL. Like
Yeah.
all of the
Yep.
things.
Yeah.
God, so good.
It was so good they even sent them to Europe. Like, remember
Oh, yeah,
when
we
they
went to Italy.
Yes.
Oh my
like
God.
imagine having the budget to send the
yes.
team. Like they like graduated from the boardwalk, hitting Italy. The Italians had to go.
The
so
Italians,
that was really funny.
great.
TV
Oh
because
my God,
you
that
found
was
out
great.
how much non-Italian
Yeah.
they actually had. with
Except for Vinny.
Vinny.
Vinny was like
yeah.
a true Italian.
Yeah, and he was like the least like Guido of them all.
Yeah.
And that's what he would say. He'd be like, I just like yeah, gym tan laundry, but like I just like vibe. And everyone's like, I'm Italian. Pauly D literally has a giant Italian flag on his back or on his chest or something.
Okay,
and-
just question. Like who was your guy?
Pauly D.
Pauly D was your guy?
D and Vinny.
I was a Vinny girl.
I was Vinny too.
Yeah.
Okay. We never thought about situation. Like not even for a
Never.
second. Okay,
Never.
great.
No.
Yes.
Never. And not Ronnie either.
I thought he was like with the muscles and like appearance wise, but then the way after he behaved, like it shortly like dived off. Like I was
Yeah.
like, no. And
I
just
liked him. I always liked him as like my pal. Like I was like, oh yeah, me and Ronnie are like cool. But I was like, Pauly and Vinny. And I loved that they were like besties because I was like,
watching them be besties was so much
and
fun.
didn't they, because there was the Tila Tequila, A Shot at Love, and then they
Mhm.
redid that show with Vinny and Pauly D, and they called it a Double Shot at Love, I think.
No way.
Maybe?
I remember there
Maybe.
being
Look
a
it up.
show for them. I remember there being a
too.
spinoff with the two boys, but I didn't know what it was for. I see the
feel like
I
I've
am
been
currently Googling it. Double Shot at Love.
Double Shot at Love. When did that come out?
Well, the airing in 2009 was Jersey Shore, which is like crazy.
That's insane.
They went
Yeah.
to Italy in 2011 for the 4th season.
That was 12 years ago that I was running
Oh.
around at soccer practice talking about like Jersey Shore.
And that's insane also because we rewatched,
Yes, we did rewatch Jersey Shore as adults.
How was that?
well, just as cracked as we remembered it to be. And then the whole time we were just like, we had no reason to be watching this at all.
Yeah.
Like,
In
we shouldn't have
retrospect, it
been
really,
watching that.
my mother had a point. Probably not should have consumed that.
Oh yeah. Like, just like inappropriate. Like, so funny and like great to watch now, but like at 12.
I know, and at one point, like, you know, like, not to get crazy, but like
No.
situation like had two girls here and he was just like literally like licking in between. Like, I was just like, I probably should not have been watching like some guy just like
do all
make
that.
out with two girls on the club like that. Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah. And the fighting and all that. It's just like a lot. And the drink, like, you know, just like crazy shit. They're like fun to watch now, but like simply did not need to consume.
For my small mind.
Yeah.
Probably.
A little bit too much.
But good TV.
Yes. Oh, Double Shot of Love was 2019. Wow. So 10 years after Jersey Shore aired.
Wow.
Wow.
Iconic.
That's actually 10. Those boys kept like,
Oh yeah. And
Wow.
now Jersey Shore, like Family Vacation and Family Reign, and that they're like still filming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because even Snooki and JWoww had like a thing with their children, like a show just for them, right? Is that what that is?
No, this is like Jersey Shore.
Vacation. Yeah, because I remember we tried to watch Jersey Shore Vacation or something like that, and there's like too
I don't
much. It
know.
wasn't like anything.
I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't really like get into it, but it's pretty messy still.
I'm sure.
Because it's like they all go to like a house and like still do the thing, and then the moms are like, "I miss my children," and the guys are like, "Let's get drunk," and it's a different vibe, but they're still the same. They're still Snooki. Once a
Right.
Snooki, always a Snooki.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like a show in the same way because Jersey Shore, now that we're thinking about it, has so many spin-offs.
Yeah.
Mm.
The only show I can think of that's comparable is the Kardashians because you've got like Kourtney and Kim take New York. You've
Oh,
got
yeah.
Chloe and Kim take Miami or Florida.
Yep. And then like Cocktails with Chloe, Life of Kylie,
Yeah.
but none of that shit did well.
Rob have his own show for a minute?
Oh yeah, wasn't it called like Rob in China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. But it was a lot about his relationship, poor man. And I feel like they were just like diving into
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
What,
well, it's
what's
your,
that-
I guess
what's
it was
that
about your
meme?
relationship. Were you with other bitches? Yes or no?
Love that. Iconic.
Oh.
That's sad for them, but
There's
good TV.
so
Yeah.
many iconic sound bites that came from the Kardashians.
Yes. I was going to say that, honestly, hate to say it, it is what it is. Cultural reset. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians is such an iconic show. Like, I don't know what they're doing now. The Kardashians, whatever. Take it or leave
it's
it. But
early Kardashians. Like the first 10 seasons.
Yeah, or when the twins are
Ooh.
still like going like up against each other.
Not
You're like
the twins.
Well, I forgot their names, but you know
They're not
just-
twins.
You the young girls. Well, that's how they like were like looking. Like I remember in the intro,
Yes.
the two of them looked so identical that I was like, the twins. Like at that
the
point.
twins.
So Steven and I rewatched
Oh, that's
almost
right.
all of the Kardashians when I was breastfeeding
Mm.
because it was like I had never watched it all entirely. I had seen like an episode here or there,
Mhm.
but I had never been like a watcher of the Kardashians. And I just wanted something like mindless but entertaining
Mhm.
that could keep me
Perfect.
awake, right?
There it is.
Could keep me awake, but also if I got up to like go to the bathroom or, you know, put the milk away or whatever, I'm not like, I got to pause the show or I missed something important. I got to rewind.
Right.
Like, I can leave and come back. And
Right.
I'm not missing anything.
Yeah.
So we started on season 1 and we got all the way up to like season 16 or 17.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah. And Steven watched a good chunk of it with me. He loved it.
Yeah.
He said
Love
he
that.
thought it was like incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
But we noticed a huge shift when they became mainstream celebrities. So the
Mm.
early seasons, like before they're famous, but then also when they're getting famous,
Mhm.
is like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Once Kim became like an A-list icon, we lost a lot of the charm.
Right.
In what way?
Like, remember the scene where Kim runs in and hits was it Kourtney or Chloe with
Oh,
her
yeah,
purse?
with
and
her
it's like,
bag, yeah.
don't be fucking rude.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Kim would never do that now
Right.
because she's too conscious of what her image is.
Right.
When their sole goal was to become famous from the show,
Right.
rather than use the show as like a vehicle to showcase their products and their stardom,
Right.
they just wanted to, and the producers, make a successful show.
Right.
So it was all about the drama,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
funny moments,
Yeah.
and not just like, let's find a way to showcase our products.
Yes.
Except the only fight that I think was comparable to like back when they were like fighting haha. This was not so haha, but it was that fight with Kim and Kourtney at Chloe's house. And Kim and they're like kicking, scratching, like throwing hands. And I think Kim like pushes Kourtney's head onto like the wall and you just see her makeup like on the white wall.
Was that the if you had a business that you cared about and you knew what it took to run effing business.
I think it was that episode. Like, I think it was that like super heated episode. And you could tell that like Chloe was there and Kendall was there, and they were like, what is going on? It wasn't like, they were like, stop, stop. What the hell is going on right now? Like, you guys are acting crazy. And they talk about that like now, it's not giving sisterly, like we're just fighting and like whatever. Look at that.
That is not like a sister haha.
No.
Like,
no.
I did not see this
Dude,
episode.
it's
I
like-
need to go back.
That's
It's
what
like crazy. Like at first it was like funny because like
Because they're
it's, like,
sisters.
funny.
And, right?
but
They're
like,
sisters fighting.
But then you like look at it, like look at them.
That's a fight.
It's a fight. Yeah. And I think like I really don't think that they're friends.
Really?
Like I don't think
You guys
Kim and
don't think-
Kourtney are friends.
And I think in the early seasons they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were
They
like
would like bicker like
Yeah.
sisters. Like maybe they like cause each other like a lot of annoyance more than the other ones. But like I just don't think they like each other now. Because they
Oh.
talk a lot. I mean, Kourtney's whole thing is like she doesn't want to be a celebrity, which like
Well,
okay,
you are
well,
one.
whatever. But like she doesn't, as far as Kim is concerned, put as much work in, and Kim can't understand why she can't put just as much work in. And
Right.
Kourtney's like, I'm a mom, and Kim's like, and what am I, a duck? Like,
Right, right.
me too, but like this is what we're doing for the family, and like da da da. And Kourtney like doesn't want to, and so I think like that dynamic of it all like really
yeah.
made it different for them.
Listen, Kim K has been carrying that team on her back. Now, I know Miss Kris Jenner. She
For sure.
Look,
But like, let's not act like
but let's not act like she
Kim
has not been
isn't-
worked her ass off
Mhm.
and made it what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
truly.
That's one of the things Steven said. He came away from the show feeling that he, was like the Kardashians, are like vapid and stupid, and the classic view of especially women in Hollywood, and especially them.
Mhm.
And he was like, actually, they're very smart. They were very business savvy. They're business women.
Mhm.
They deserve more respect, although there's definitely a lot of problems with the images that they create and the values they espouse.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We say this all the time. We're like, listen, yeah, the Kardashians, boo, get rid of them. But like, they did what they had to do. You can't knock the perseverance. Like, and they'll just do anything. Like, they will literally do anything.
Yeah.
I think that they're in their flop era, though.
Yeah.
now. I think
Yeah.
that like nobody cares anymore. Like,
yeah.
I think obviously they have a fan base and they're like famous and will be famous literally for the rest of time. But like, I don't think that they're like, they peaked
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, and I think they're just trying to like stay relevant.
And I think that
With
it
all
started.
these shows.
I know. Especially when you started seeing like the girls jump on like TikTok. Especially was it Kylie or Kendall with the lip kit? Kendall,
Kylie.
Kylie,
Uh-huh.
Kylie when she was doing like those TikToks and like accidentally dropping makeup and
Oh,
like things
yeah,
like that,
like, just
and
trying to
like
be,
being
like,
product
relatable.
placement.
Well, yeah,
and,
just
like,
trying to be relatable.
relatable, but also product placement.
Oh, of
Right.
course, of course, of course. I also think that like them, like they're also trying to push more products, right? They're all just like, oh, we're coming out with this thing. And then I also just saw on Hulu that there's now a show of Scott. Nope, not Scott. What's his name? Travis Scott. Nope, Travis Barker. Sorry.
Travis Scott.
I'm like, Scott
Travis
Disick?
Barker.
Nope. Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian's like wedding and like leading up to that. So they like made that, they
Oh.
pulled that footage and they're like, we're sharing this like really intimate, like blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's not intimate.
Anymore.
You had 4,000 cameras there. You knew that you were going to put something in. And here's the thing, whatever, like it's fine. We all do whatever we need to do. But like, you guys are trying to like, you're just pulling from shit that's dry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Although I will say, you said they did a wedding special. I'm like, ooh, I'll watch that.
Listen.
I love wedding content.
I'm sure I'm sure it's very entertaining and it's probably beautiful.
It's on Hulu, you said?
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Yeah. I just got it promoted to me.
Ooh, you know what? I would pay a lot of money. I think we talked about this on the podcast. I would pay a lot of money to watch like a behind the scenes documentary on how the Kardashians been made.
Yeah, like all the
Like
people that go
behind
into
the scenes production is crazy for reality TV.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking makeup artists, PAs. Like,
Dude,
I want to know all
I
of it.
want to know who is lighting
Nannies, everyone.
Kris Jenner.
Yes, if you are the lighting team for Kris Jenner, call me.
I need to know what's going on right now. I know that.
Well,
I
you
need to
heard that
know.
they're actually using filters on them now. Like, it's not even just the lighting. We heard from
Oh,
Ruben.
that's right.
Ruben, this last time we shot our skims, we were
Yes.
talking about how great the lighting is and everything. He's like, oh, well, nowadays that you can just like throw on filters and stuff like that. And I'm like, right, with AI nowadays, you can just put a little filter on it right over. And I'm like, oh, there's filters for that.
That's crazy. But
So-
like, of course.
Right.
Of course.
I know. So, but something I didn't know that also reality. You're
Reality,
like,
yeah. It's
there's
like,
even
it's not.
Yeah.
That's also what's crazy too. We're like, oh, it's reality TV, but it's like, it's not reality.
So
at
And you
scripted.
can't
all.
even call it not scripted because good chunks of it are scripted.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not reality. It's not non-scripted. What do we call it?
I think it should be called, well, no, this doesn't make any sense. I was going to say it should be called entertainment TV, but I'm like, that's everything is supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you were talking about how the Kardashians maybe reached their peak.
Mhm.
We're talking about all this reality TV. We're talking a lot about the reality TV we grew up with.
Mhm.
Do you think reality TV has reached its peak?
Oh, what a good question.
No, I don't think so.
We're still climbing?
Yeah.
I think so. And I think there's a really good opportunity for it to feel more real because we have social media now.
Well,
and,
that's kind
and
of like
social media is
yeah.
kind of like reality TV, right? Like even like vlogs and stuff, like that's a peek into somebody's life, curated to how you want
Edited.
to see it, how they want you to see it. And then they're all, you know what I mean? Like we are all kind of living reality TV-esque.
Oh, absolutely. The videos we put, like, we can't even include everything. So, like, no matter what, it's like,
Right.
it has to be reality because it's not keeping everything.
Right.
And I'm only highlighting for the point, for
Right.
this and that. And
yeah,
it's like,
for the plot, essentially.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, how real is it? But I think that there's a crave for realness in this time. And so, like you mentioned, shows that are like more real, like ones that you didn't know were real, quote unquote. Like we
What do you mean?
gotta trick them a little bit. I don't know, just like shows that maybe this kind of YouTube content that we create goes more to the TV kind of thing. Like
Right.
they get one and they're like, okay, you have a channel
Right.
on like
on the TV.
on the TV,
Right.
and it's still along your live, along your plot, or like
Right,
whatever
right,
it may
right.
be. But it's like you're like, oh, I'm just watching
I'm
her
just
keeping
vlogging.
up, literally keeping up with Riayn, keeping up with Sierra,
Right.
but you're not getting all of her whole life
All
because you
of
don't
her
live
whole
with her.
life.
So.
Yeah.
Right. And I think with people being more aware that reality TV is so not real,
Yeah.
there is that craving for realness, which
Yes.
is why I think vlogs and stuff are so popular. Even like TikTok vlogs are such a thing
Right,
now of just
right.
people posting little 2 to 3 minute vlogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that like with social media too and reality TV, like let's even think like Love is Blind, right? Or like Love Island or whatever, all of those kind of shows, we get to then meet these people from this show and then how they are, right? We're not meeting them like as a character they're playing on like a fake show,
Mm-hmm.
quote
unquote.
right?
Yeah.
Like a sitcom or something,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my
There's
god,
a floof.
a floof. Oh my god, I was like the bugs.
Oh my God, Horton, here's a who. It's
Yeah, literally.
we are here.
What are those called? What are they called? The
Who's.
The
The
Who's?
Who's.
Okay.
Into the mic. We are here.
Oh my god, great movie. Horton Hears a Who. What a bop. But I was saying like I think like we meet them as them, right? Quote unquote, and then we can go and stalk them on social media. Before, right? We're not meeting anybody. We're like, oh, I know this actor. I don't know why Jack Nicholson was the one that popped into my head. Don't know what that is. But we're like, oh, that's Jack Nicholson from this movie.
Right.
We'll see him in the next movie.
Mm.
And we don't see him anywhere else doing anything.
Right.
Being real.
And I kind of want to talk about that because that happened for me. I recently just rewatched all of Dance Moms. I know I mentioned to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
But I told Riayn, I'm like, this was a different experience for me because I've always consumed other sorts of reality TV show, but never taken it to the next level where I follow them on Instagram. Like that just never seemed like interesting to me or something. Like or maybe like we said, we didn't even have the opportunity to go do so.
Mhm.
Right.
But after watching all these girls on Dance Moms, I like really grew to like feel close to them and know them. And so I started watching them on like YouTube and Instagram and like following me. And this is like the first time I've ever like followed someone from like a reality TV show. Well, no, reality TV show.
Right.
And I just listened to Kendall, one of the girls on the show.
Mhm.
It came out like quite literally 2 weeks ago, and she gave all the tea on the show, and I was pretty shook. So let me chat.
Oh my god.
The first thing that she mentioned was saying how a lot of the times they were kind of like dangling paychecks in front of them. Like if you like kind of saying like, if you don't give me drama, you don't get paid, which is why the moms were so like adamant about like, so you're not talking about your husband, like literally just trying to start drama because they knew if not, they were not getting paid. She was like, that would happen.
God.
And they were like, we were made to be like this character. Like, we knew that the pyramid was never real. She's like, and it was crazy because there's always moments that they were like, oh, she was like, I remember being a young girl and being locked in a closet because the moms were fighting and they didn't want the kids around. So like, I had some camera people like put me in a closet and like all that stuff. And she's like, and now in retrospect, I'm like, there was a lot of times where us as kids were just being put in like a closet type deal and like just sitting there and not knowing what was happening. And I could hear my mom screaming outside and like the fights. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, she's like, nothing happened, thankfully, like with any of like crew or anything. Like, she's like, but that could have really been a situation, and that was like traumatizing for me and stuff like that. And she's like, but after every like shot, she was like, me and the girls, which I think does translate on the TV show, they had a lot of sleepovers, they kept hanging out, and so like they had each other, and so like at the end of the day they would all be like, that was so crazy, but that wasn't real or whatever, which is why I think that those girls really kept a knit bond and stuff like that. But
that's traumatic.
Yep. And they would say if they like didn't have stuff, they'd be like, okay, Abby's gonna yell at you guys, like literally, like it's just gonna start because we need TV.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that explains so much as to why most of the girls from Dance Moms won't talk about the show.
Right.
Like, Maddie won't even say Abby's name.
I know.
And like, imagine if that's what they're telling us. Imagine all the stuff that's not being said.
Right.
And that's just, and that's scary because, being put in a closet. But like, when you're young and so impressionable and going through that, like, and there's all these cameras with random people.
And also like hearing your mom like screaming
yelling
in the back, like,
and not knowing what's real and what's not.
Yeah, and she's like, and we wouldn't know how long we would be in there. I'm like, what do you mean that you were just put in there and didn't know what the heck was going on? I'm like, oh my God. So all to say, there's a lot of scripted TV out there that they dangle a lot of paychecks in front of people's faces to say, give me TV, if not.
Yeah.
I'm also constantly surprised when I hear from people, because I know quite a few people who've been on reality shows. I've, through the influencer space, met people who started on reality TV and then went into this space. I'm always surprised by how little it pays.
So little.
Right,
and that's what they say. The moms, they all talk about how little they pay.
Like in my brain, if you're on TV, you're like, bringing in the big bucks.
Yeah.
I feel like that it can only be that way if it's something like a Dance Moms, right? Where like they have proven, right? I'm sure season 1, 2, 3, they were making nothing.
Right.
Right. But like maybe they're like, if we can get to 5 seasons, then we can really start. But like with stuff like Love is Blind or stuff that you're not gonna come back another season. Like it's over when it's over.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. Please talk about that TikTok we saw about what they do and then like just like get them drunk and like starve them basically and like keep them
For
up all
Love is
night.
Blind.
Yeah.
I heard there's a lawsuit going on right now.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, or they're trying to bring a lawsuit in.
For this last season?
No, from a couple seasons ago. But it's now just kind of coming into the spotlight.
And it's because like they would just like get them drunk and like keep them up all night. What do they?
Poor treatment on set.
Yeah. They said, what did that girl, she was like, they
told her, she was asking to leave the show and they said that she couldn't leave. And she was like, I'm literally like gonna hurt myself or something like, and they were like, no, you can't leave. And what was that? Basically just like they keep you up all night. They like wake you up in the morning. That's why when you see them like wiping up their eyes in the morning,
they
like,
just turn the lights on and make all the noise.
Make you all, and they said they wake you up really, really early. They keep you up really, really late and they push alcohol. They're like trying
that's why they're always like doing like the mixers and the things. And that's what obviously that's what starts fights. That's why people are kissing and doing the most because they're drunk.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why we're like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would she even say that? And I'm like, this girl has been drunk
all day.
Like,
for
imagine
5
you
days.
being your drunkest and someone in a position of power telling you, like, I think she just gave you a side eye. Like, she does not like you. And actually, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but in her confessional, she was saying that you are trying to come for the guy that she likes. And like, imagine you drunk. Oh my God, I hate
stupid
her.
bitch. Oh my God, I'm gonna go confront her right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and they
then
always talk
you're
about
fighting.
the cutting. And we know how cutting works, but like they talk always
The
on the
villain
reunions,
edit.
always on the reunions. They're always like, you saw the edit? It never was like that. Like, especially with this last Love is Blind.
Did you guys watch this last season of Love is Blind?
totally
we can
binged
talk
it.
about it. It's okay.
I got Riayn.
I do not like
She
Love
knows
is
the
Blind, so
characters.
it's okay. But I know the tea.
I forced
Let's
her
talk
into
about
it.
it.
So
Basically.
yeah,
She was
spoilers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spoilers.
yeah.
Spoilers for
Spoilers,
Love is Blind
spoilers.
season 4.
Yes.
She was over at my house and I was like, what are we going to put on for lunch? Obviously, Love is Blind. Sorry, girl. So I forced her into it. So she had to watch 2 episodes of it. So she does know like the premise of like towards the end. So we can definitely chat about how chaotic. Sierra, I would like for you to start because you watched it first.
Okay. So, Love is Blind as a show, just brief summary. people date each other without seeing each other. They get engaged without seeing each other through these dates and these pods. And then they have to go through a wedding planning process and decide on their wedding day if they want to say that they do or they don't. Very dramatic. This season, they had a contestant get engaged. And then while she was engaged and supposed to be going wedding dress shopping, meet up with a guy that she had rejected in the pods to go with her now fiance and go on a date while she was supposed to be getting her wedding dress for her wedding. She kissed him and then she went back and left her fiance. And he asked for the ring back and she said, no, I'm keeping it.
That actually blew my mind. I was like, the audacity, the balls on this woman.
On Jackie?
Girl.
Jackie. And poor Marshall.
Oh
he
my
seems like such a
God.
sweet guy.
He looks like a sad puppy. Like, he just looks like a sad dog.
I know, poor thing. And especially like the way honestly, I think it was the soundbite that she was like, I'm sorry, like, I don't even feel bad. Like, that's just how it, and I was like, girl, like, and also you're giving face. Like,
And
she was
he
being
tried, the whole time, the 3 episodes that I saw, he was very emotionally like mature and was like really
Yes.
trying to like talk to her and like really try to find some like common ground. And she was like, I'm tired. Like at midnight, I just want to go to bed. Like, boo, 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 boo. I'm like, what?
And a big part of what she was saying, I think, was just very, very grounded in like toxic
Oh my God.
masculinity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was saying that like he's not assertive or aggressive enough, and he basically was saying
man.
like, be a man,
Oh,
you're a
when he's-
little bitch.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that she was using the be more of a man in like in the bedroom kind of thing. And he's like,
Right.
what? Like, I'm literally, she's like, try. And then he flipped it over and he was like, but what are also you doing for me? And when he brought that question up, I was like, actually T, because it's always been about your feelings and what you're going through. And he's been supportive and like, bitch, what are you giving? No offense.
No,
And
I know, respectfully.
I
What are you
feel
doing?
like she also used what you were saying of his like emotional maturity as like a negative.
Oh yeah.
Her being like, what? Like you're like so
You're just
feminine
like
and
so soft
emotional.
and like you're
Yes.
emotional. And he's like, I'm not emotional.
Just processing the
I'm
emotions
just like
regularly.
talking about my emotions.
and we're engaged to each other.
And we've been together for 20 days. We gotta talk.
about
now.
something.
I know. Yeah. Well,
Ugh.
That was crazy dramatic.
mm-hmm.
And as much drama as there was on this season of Love is Blind, I have to say, Tiffany and Brett give me hope for reality TV couples.
Tiffany and Brett.
Tiffany and Brett.
Tiffany and Brett. I'm trying to think how to describe them to you.
Is that the black couple?
Yes, they're the black
You were
couple.
trying to think about how to describe to me.
But wasn't there two?
No, there was one black couple.
Okay,
they
there
were
you go.
both
I
black.
thought there was two.
I thought there was two too.
No, because it was that black guy with that one white girl with the blonde one.
Oh,
Yeah, them.
But that
Kwame
was
and
not-
Chelsea. Yeah.
And then there was another black girl with
Which
the
looked
white guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, listen, I have some quarrels with Kwame. I feel like that guy was a little too flippity flop for me.
Yeah.
Like one minute he was with like about to propose to someone, and the next day he's like
Oh.
changes it. Like
Yeah.
he was just way too flippity
So
flop for me.
Tiffany and
Oh.
Brett,
Oh,
yes.
To me,
Beautiful.
beautiful
also.
couple,
Stunning.
so in love, and the epitome of I don't know who's luckier. Right?
Oh, right,
Like
right.
watching both of them, learning about both of their stories, I was like, it would oscillate. I'd be like, oh my God, Brett is so lucky to have Tiffany. Like, Tiffany's
Right.
amazing. And I'd be like, oh my God, Tiffany's so lucky to have Brett.
Right.
Yeah.
And what really sealed it for me was when they met each other's friends.
I was just about to say
Specifically
that.
when they met Brett's friends.
Yep.
yeah.
And Brett's friends were the opposite of toxic masculinity.
Yep.
Yes.
But so encouraging,
Mhm.
so confident, so comfortable. I was like, this would be a huge green flag.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was even saying, I remember we watched that scene where they were having dinner with his friends. And then like I think the next scene was when Jackie didn't show up to her fitting. And Tiffany texted Brett and was like, hey, tell your boy that like his girl is not here. And like their conversation, the boys together. And like I was like, wow, this is so nice to see men like communicating
Right.
with
right.
words.
And the way that Brett pulled Marshall aside to tell him,
Yeah, and
Be-
not like, your girl didn't go to blah. It was very like,
it was
Hey, man,
respectful.
like-
and yeah.
and he was like, I'm sorry. Also like apologetic and like, I'm sorry that she didn't come. And they like had their little bro hug. And I was like, wow, this is so sweet.
Such
and then Marshall
gentlemen.
came
Yeah.
to their wedding.
I know. That was so sweet.
So sweet.
Oh yeah. That.
Oh yeah, look at them all.
Look
Look
at 'em
at
all.
Jackie. A baddie, but man, why were you so just
And giving face
Rude.
too.
Yeah,
I
she
know.
had
And,
a
and then
mean
and then like
face.
even after the rude thing, she was just like, And I was like, girl, you don't have to be. You literally just dumped this guy. You don't gotta be a bitch right now.
I
Like,
know. Just
he's
say
like-
what you gotta say.
and he was like,
go.
okay. And then she's like, all right, well, she was like, all right, well, this one. He was like, see you around. And he's like, you won't.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
him being like, you won't. And she's like, okay. And I was like,
Why?
why you being like this?
Ugh.
Okay, so Jess pulled up a photo of the cast. I was posting about Love is Blind on my Instagram story, and the amount of DMs I got of people telling me that Paul looks like Steven was absurd. So I'm sure
Oh
I don't
my
have to
God.
tell you which one Paul
Yeah,
is.
no, he's under the green shirt, girl.
Uh-huh. Do you see it?
Yeah.
the one that when she showed up,
I-
she's like, he looks like a cartoon character. And he was like, I didn't know if that was a nice compliment or
Yes.
not. I was like, I
dead.
can't believe she like was
He
saying
does look like Steven.
I don't see it that much. I see a little bit of it.
I guess I see obviously the hair and the facial hair.
I think it's the jaw. And that's it for me.
Mm.
And he is like very nerdy in the show. So
Oh,
like I
okay.
can see like if you see him like just a nerdy white boy with a beard.
Right.
Like, it's Steven.
Right. Right. That guy
But he does kind of look like Steven.
under, I don't know what his name is, but that one under the yellow shirt,
Oh,
he looks like
Zach.
a property brother.
He total.
He literally looks like their triplet. Look at him right there.
Do you guys
He
want to hear
does.
one of my favorite stories of all time that you just reminded me of when you said property brother?
Yes.
So, Steven had a very sweet relative, very sweet older woman. And my mother-in-law would go over there and spend time with her a couple times a week. And she would always talk about watching Steven on TV. And Steven's mom, of course, thought the vlogs, like, oh, you know, you're watching like the Sierra and Steven. That's so sweet.
Right.
Then she's over one day and the Property Brothers come on. And she's like, look, there he is. There's Steven and Mikey.
No.
Because Steven has a brother.
She
Steven's
thought that-
relative thought that the Property Brothers were Steven and Mikey.
No.
And she'd been watching the Property Brothers every day to like support them.
No.
So whenever
Oh
the
my
Property
God.
Brothers come up, I'm like, look, it's my husband.
Well, you got two of them on here now.
There we go.
Two husbands.
I got a property brother and I've got the nerdy white boy with the beard.
Yeah. Wow, that's. I didn't know where you were going with that, but
That
that's
is
great.
so funny. And like, how did you be like, oh?
Did you guys say anything?
Yeah, did you?
So Steven's mom told me this. I wasn't there,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know if she told her or if she just let her go on believing that Steven is a property brother.
I think we should keep it.
I was gonna say.
Congrats on being on Property Brothers,
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Truly,
Crazy.
isn't one of the Property Brothers married to, or not married to, with Zooey Deschanel?
I think they're married.
Oh, they're married.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's
know this.
so much reality TV in like the home space. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
HGTV is its
Yeah,
own channel.
yeah.
Did you guys ever get into that Property Brothers?
Yes. Extreme Home Makeover.
Love It or List
Yeah.
It?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the, is that
Extreme.
Chip and Joanne?
Oh,
What's that called?
What's the
I don't know what
I
it's
don't know
called,
that one.
but you know, it's that
Yeah.
one. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but Chip and Joanne.
Yep.
Yeah. Or the
Or house hunting. That was
House
always
Hunting.
They were like,
Fixer Uppers, the
Fixer
Renegades.
Upper.
the house
Yep.
hunting was always like the wife was like, my budget is $1 billion. The husband's like, oh boy, the
like
budget
that's
is
not the
Yeah,
budget.
always-
The real budget is $2,500, please.
Yeah.
So I have a friend whose family was recruited to be on House Hunters.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing, they had already bought their house.
Oh.
And so what they do is they moved all of their stuff out. So the house that they had bought was empty. And then showed them two just listed properties
Right.
along with their house. And they had to walk through and be like, I really love the fireplace on this one, but the other one has the proximity to the school district we like, you know? And they literally had already bought their house. So I don't know how many of the episodes are like that, but definitely for my friend.
Yeah.
That's so
Look,
funny.
They've
reality-
been living there for like 6 months.
Oh, I'm dead. And they just have to move it all out.
Yeah.
I'm
And then you know
screaming.
how they do it at the end, like the update of like,
Uh-huh.
we've been living here for
Oh,
6
yeah.
months. And it's like their dog running in the yard and
Right.
whatever. That was like the same weekend.
I'm
They just moved all their shit
screaming.
back. But that
That's
makes
so
sense
funny.
because imagine trying to find a couple that's trying to close in on a house, like to try to like schedule
While you're,
that
like,
and then
filming
have
and
it
all
be
that,
ready
yeah.
to shoot the
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
like what, you're going to wait 6 months to shoot the after? No way. You're shooting it the next weekend.
Right.
Makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah, you're
Does
right.
knowing that it's fake make the show not fun? Can you still, if you know that, can you still watch House Hunters and be like, I hope they choose the one with the whatever?
Yes, because you don't know. You still don't know.
Right.
Like if I knew, I'd be like, well, why are we doing this? But I still don't know where they live or what house they're going to choose. So it's like I still
Yeah.
get to watch the process of it, I guess. Also, while we're on like HGTV, Food Network. That's reality TV.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
I get because our competition shows not reality TV.
Yeah, they're reality.
They're the same, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Like people call Survivor reality TV. That's
Okay.
a competition.
Oh,
show.
that's
Drag
what I
Race is
thought.
reality TV.
Drag Race.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. In this
Yeah.
competition, yeah.
Food Network. Me and my cousins, we would love to play Iron Chef America.
Oh, absolutely. Chopped.
Love
Yep.
Iron Chef.
My
All
mom
day.
would pick like the surprise ingredient, like it's lettuce, and then we're all trying to like make food with the
Right.
surprise
Oh
ingredient.
yeah, I loved playing Chopped. That was my favorite.
I like the one where they were like, be like, all right, this is your time going to a grocery store, and you'd watch them like zoom around trying to get all the ingredients. I love that part.
Yes.
Speaking of grocery stores, extreme couponing, anyone?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was super cool to see. And like the savings.
I had
why
a
would I get
cousin
an
that was so into it, like actually into
couponing.
Yeah.
Had books and books, binders, coupon, and then had
Is
like
it
a
coupon or coupon?
coupon.
You just
But
said
I
I
coupon.
say coupon.
I think both are fine.
coupon.
I know, but I just
Coupon?
want to know what you
I say
say.
coupon.
You say coupon?
Now that you say it, coupon sounds weird, but I say coupon.
Oh.
Coupon.
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 You said coupon.
Yeah, coupon like Q-tip
Hmm.
or like coupon
But,
like Cooper.
But Q-tip has the letter Q.
For sure.
It's not Q-pon.
Right. I was just trying for the phonetics of it all.
Coupon. Coupon.
Coupon.
Well,
no, there's no
that's
you. Sorry.
definitely
I
not.
told
something
you I
not
can't
Cupid.
I'm
read.
really into extreme couponing.
Couponing.
Let us know in the comments.
yeah. So she would have like these big, huge books of like coupons. And I mean, just like stacked up. And I don't really understand that because don't coupons expire?
Yeah, right.
But she would get like a ton. Well, I'm about to answer my own question. She would get them all, get everything. And she would go to like the stores and get a surplus amount of things. So much shit. And the people there, just like in the show, would be like, ugh, and they gotta scan it, and they're like, we don't know if we can do this many. And then she's also the type of like, I'll wait for you to like figure out what the figure it out.
Yeah.
And then like in her basement, it was like a store.
Wow.
But she would like give people stuff. Like she would be
Yeah.
like, do you need? I'm sure during the lockdown, I'm sure she was
set.
I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood was like, please, we'll give you some cash. Like we need toilet paper or like literally anything.
She's like, I've been preparing my whole life for
Yeah.
this.
She's like,
Yeah.
I knew it. I wonder if she's a doomsdayer.
That there was Doomsday Preppers. Did you
Yeah.
guys watch that show?
I didn't watch that. No.
Oh my gosh, that was a good one. So they'd go to different people and be like, they'd explain what they think is going to happen in the apocalypse and how they've prepared. And then they'd like run through a simulation of it. They'd be like, and now we're going to do, like, that was like the end of that episode.
Yeah.
Like, Robert thinks that New York City is going to go up in flames in a giant solar flare. So he has his basement stocked with this. We're going to do a simulation. The flares have hit. And then he's like packing the backpack and like running through Central Park. And
It's kind of great.
Yeah.
It's kind of good.
I've
Like
never heard of that, but that sounds pretty
It's a good
interesting,
one.
and I should look into it.
You should.
I liked a lot of those History Channel reality shows.
Yeah.
American Pickers was like my
I don't
shit.
know that one.
They would go and, of course, just drive around and find random houses that
Right.
had like an assortment of old things. And then they'd like go through and be like, this lunchbox that you've set aside from your grandkids is actually worth $30,000. And like, then they'd like buy it off
Oh.
of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's supposed to be like history,
American
yeah.
Pickers.
like through the things that they would find. But I love that show. Yep, there they are.
There they are.
The American Pickers.
When you said like this thing is worth 30,000, that reminded me of like Pawn Stars.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
watched
That's
the
what I was
hell
like-
out of that.
Like Pawn Stars, and what's that other one that was like that too?
Antique
Antique
Roadshow.
Roadshow. Yes,
Mm.
yes,
That was
yes.
like the original. That was like
Yeah,
before
that was before.
reality TV even.
I don't know why American Pickers took me there, but you remember Dog the Bounty Hunter, and he would just like
Oh
tackle
my God,
people.
yes.
He's like, you have warrant for your arrest. But it was
Yes.
like the funniest ways that he was like collecting people.
and like, how was that allowed? And like, are the people he's like catching like those are like actors, right? Because these are like real criminals. Like,
wanna
what
know,
are we doing?
I want to know what goes into Dog the Bounty Hunter. Because he
Yeah.
was always so serious with his little, his little hair. And his
Yes.
truck.
Oh my God, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Dog Whisperer.
Oh.
Caesar Milan.
Caesar Milan.
Wow.
They
The
rap
dog
about
bed
him a
we
lot.
have is a Caesar Milan dog bed.
Do they like it?
Got it at Ross. It was $15.
Nice,
Come
nice.
on.
I was like, he can really talk to dogs. Me as a kid, like,
And as a kid, you're like, that's like Eliza Thornberry shit. Like,
Yeah.
like he's not just like
Like-
picking up on their cues.
no, he is
hears them.
communicating.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's just
It's
crazy.
just crazy. I know, and I love that because I would be like, okay, remember this. When I get a dog,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like
Talk to him.
talk to it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, little sidebar, but have you guys ever like looked at a dog and been like, just talk. Like, no,
All the
I won't
time.
tell anyone. I
Yeah.
promise.
Oh,
Like, you
All
have
the time.
My
Okay.
whole childhood, every animal I saw, like staring deeply at a frog, being like, talk to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Yeah,
just me.
yeah, No, yeah.
Because I feel like I often, I don't mean to admit
Often.
but
She's like,
I'm
just
come
yesterday.
on. I like see them and I can see that they want to say something, you know? I don't know.
Right. No, I feel that.
Okay,
Sometimes I'll look at Piper and be like, just say something. Like, I'm not going to say anything.
swear I
I'm
won't
not
tell
gonna
anyone.
tell. I know
Yeah.
you can. And you're looking at me like you know what I'm saying. So just say something.
Say it.
I
But
know.
then also, like, she's like, hey. And I'm like,
Well, and then like they're gonna
I'm scared.
expose you.
I know.
She's been
Yeah.
watching you. There's a really funny SNL skit about that. Have you guys seen it?
No.
They create a device to like hear the dog's thoughts, and then turns out the dog's thoughts are like super politically incorrect, and also like putting their owner on blast about like their life and their habits.
I love that's that. Yeah, that
Like,
would be
Paloma,
the scary thing.
You need to get up out of bed. You
Yeah,
freaking lazy ass bitch.
She always just lays here forever and she cries every day. It's so annoying. She cries in the shower for 3 hours. Get a life.
She's like, you got me for emotional support, but I need one now because
Yeah.
you're stressing me out, girl.
Maybe we don't want to hear our pets
Yeah,
talk.
maybe
Maybe
not.
there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Makes me think of that TikTok where the dog's like looking at the human and he's like, I work and I have no money. So
Yeah, yes.
My emotional support animal.
Yes.
Yeah, I work and I work no money.
God.
Girl.
With current reality TV, what have you guys been into right now?
Huge fan of Drag Race. Been a big fan for a
Huge fan.
long time. Love it.
Yep.
And I'm starting my Real Housewives era.
Ooh.
Back
Like,
up again.
Yeah, back up again, but I think fully. Because like I only did Real Housewives of Potomac, which I love. But I want to get into Real Housewives New York, Real Housewives Beverly Hills. Like I want to get into that space.
Love
I'm
that.
not there yet, but I love it so much. It's so
we
good.
watched Real Housewives of Potomac over
Yeah.
quarantine, like when we
Yes.
just moved in and we had nothing, and they were like, we're like, might as well start on the
Might as well
Housewives.
do something. Yeah,
But let me tell you, the girls give it to you.
they give you the tea. I love the drama. Yeah,
I know, and it's just a little messy though because it's just like kind of like your real life, well, quote unquote real life
Yeah.
kind
Right.
of stuff. So
yeah.
Ryan, when you start watching that again, will you please check out Vanderpump Rules because it's blowing up right now? But
Yes.
it's adjacent. It's from Real
Yes.
Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes, because the wife is like one of the
Lisa Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump.
It's
yeah,
her
she's the-
spinoff.
yes,
my parents love Vanderpump Rules.
really.
Yeah, like the hell out of it, and I'm like, okay. So I think that's why I haven't watched it because I thought it was for them. Because
Right.
why are my parents watching Vanderpump Rules?
So you're
And I'm
telling me your mom knows about Scandival?
Oh yeah, she knows all of it. Well, she heard out I was gonna go to Sir in LA, and she's like, "Oh, you're going? That's the Vanderpump lady's place or something like that." And I was like,
I'm
"Oh,
dead.
she was excited more than I was." So I think I need to go back and watch all
Maybe.
these shows.
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you watching?
Right now, I'm on the Love Is Blind train. I just finished that this week, and I binged that shit. And then I am guilty enough that I realized that I didn't watch the second season because there's like 4 now, right?
Yes.
So there was one season that I missed. So I was like, went back and I was like, oh yay, I didn't know that I missed this. So I'm currently watching a Love Is Blind past episode, and I did. For the sake of this episode, I wanted to see what Love Island was like to compare and see. I didn't like Love Island as much because, and I don't want to say it was bad because I feel like a lot of this TV is like bad TV, but it was just very like, I didn't believe them, like even being in love. And at least Love Is Blind, like they're at least delusionally in love. Like they believe that they actually, you know, like,
Right.
and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, how could you propose after 7 days and believe that all this stuff? That's crazy. But here I am. But the other one, Love Island, I just felt like it was just too. It was like a game. Like they were really treating it like
Like the
It
game.
felt too reality TV show for me personally. So that's Love Island. No, I don't think so.
That's how I felt about a couple months ago I watched the show Perfect Match, which was a Netflix dating show where the cast was from other Netflix dating shows.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
was kind of like a Bachelor in Paradise thing. So they
Right.
had Love Is Blind people, they had Too Hot to Handle people, they had a couple other ones.
I like Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle's
That's a
good.
good
Yeah,
one.
we did watch Too Hot to Handle.
But again, it was too much of the game thing.
yeah.
And also it just none of it felt genuine.
Yeah, like they brought up the facts, like saying like, oh, well, if we don't pair up right now, then we're gonna have to figure out. Like they were talking about like getting kicked off the show, and I'm
Yes.
like, I don't want to hear about how
Too meta.
you have to.
the strategy.
Yeah, don't tell me like because they're like, oh, well, then I'll be left to pair up with no one, and I'm like, okay, well then you're just picking a guy. I don't actually think you're here to find love.
Yes.
So,
Right.
I don't know.
And the problem with Perfect Match, too, that some of the cast has talked about is that was very much the vibe. But then when you matched with someone, you had to share a bed. And they were like,
Oh.
okay, so this is a game show where there's a prize at the end. The prize isn't just like, you're in love. There is a cash prize.
Right.
So there's an incentive to just pair up with someone even if you don't like them.
Right.
But then we're forced to share a bed. And apparently the cast was not told that going in,
Oh.
which is a big issue.
I did
Yeah.
notice that, especially
Yeah.
on this Love is Blind. They're hopping into bed like the day after. I'm like, that's kind of like, and I noticed that wasn't like as comfortable when that blonde girl got paired up with that originally. What was the guy that reminds you the team of Steven? What's his name?
Oh, Micah and Paul.
Okay, so you know how they first got paired up and she was like, they were all like on each side of the bed. Like you could tell that they were really uncomfortable, and the reunion, they were like, I knew that after the first second, I did not want to sleep next to him in that bed, and they like had to and stuff like that.
Oh, no, that was Zach and Irina.
Zach and Irina.
And they hated each other.
Irina.
Irina.
She
There's
was
a lot
like,
to
no,
say about
yeah,
Irina.
that was the girl before
Oh.
we got to, yeah.
Oh.
But that's unfortunate having to share a bed. Like you're like, I'm just meeting this person right now. I know there's a bunch of cameras, but like this is chaotic.
No, yeah. What are you watching?
Survivor, of course.
Oh, of course, of
Survivor's
course.
my favorite show.
Is there still new ones?
Yes,
Oh.
there's a season airing right now. The finale's in 2 weeks as we're filming this, but it'll be long up by the time that this episode goes up. So I'm like, I won't talk too much about this current season, but I will say I really want to see Carolyn win. Carolyn is like
Okay.
just the best. So I'll just leave it at
Go,
that.
Carolyn.
She just
I know.
seems
We're rooting
awesome.
for you, Carolyn.
And Survivor, I think, is a show that has, and it had to adapt so much over time because it was one of the OG reality shows.
Yeah.
It premiered in,
Yeah.
I think, the year 2000.
Wow.
I remember seeing that as a small child.
Yeah.
Small.
Small.
Like I couldn't stay up to see who got to stay on the island because I was so young. Like my mom was like, you have to go. And
You
I'm
just
like, I
gotta
just
go.
want to see who gets through. And then she's
Yeah.
like, okay, now you can go.
Right.
And in those early seasons, especially the first season, it was so focused on like the survival element of like the novelty of like people are on an island building a new society, to the point that people were talking about in the first season if it was ethical to have an alliance. Like, is this against the rules? Like, if we're just saying we're not going to vote for each other, like maybe that's not ethical. To now the whole game of Survivor, no one
Right.
even hardly talks about the survival element. It is the strategy, the alliances,
Right.
but early on it was like, is this allowed?
Is this
Right.
safe?
Yeah.
Wow. I also think when you brought up the year 2000, I was also thinking of like Fear Factor. Like
Yes.
those early shows like that. I loved Fear Factor.
And that's where Joe Rogan should have kept going. That's what Joe Rogan should have been doing. Keep going
Forever.
doing that. Stay there.
Actually,
No
yeah.
offense, not the podcast, but
No, but yeah, it's tea. I just remember the bugs, all of the bug stuff. Every time they would like have to sit in a bed of like, God, of what are those really scary ones? What are those scary scorpions?
I remember the scorpion one. And I also specifically remember, this one is so gross, so if you're eating, please close your ears. They had to bite into cow eyeballs and squish out all of it into like this tub to see who could get it up. And I still remember that because I'm so traumatized, as you can see.
I never watched Fear Factor. Saying that, glad I didn't.
Yeah.
So gross.
Oh,
Or they
God.
would be like, they'd have to like walk.
That
on,
was always like the last one. Yeah,
tightrope,
yeah,
like
yeah,
some
like
like really
above
scary,
somewhere.
scary stuff.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Oh, speaking of jumping on like courses, Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Oh, yeah.
Love Wipeout.
I loved watching that with my family. That was
Yes.
especially the big balls when
Yeah.
they smack on.
Yeah, dude, I would always be like, we should do this. We should like find a wipeout situation and like do this. And then we did. That it wasn't wipeout,
The
but we went to
obstacle course.
the obstacle course, and that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, this is like wipeout.
And a viewer DM'd me because I captioned it Wipeout and was like, oh my God, I'm the casting director of Wipeout. And this made me LOL. So somewhere out there, one of our viewers is a casting director of Wipeout.
Well, cast us.
I was like, the three of us will
Here
do
we
it.
Not
are.
me. I'll pass. I'll watch though.
Wait,
you want to do wipeout?
I'm going to wipe out in the first 5 seconds.
Sierra, all my money was on you. I was like, you're the one that's going to get through.
My money's on P. Did you see P on that obstacle
That's T.
course?
That's T. You did. You threw your body.
She could do it.
thank you
I
so much.
want to see this. I want to see this battle because I was really impressed with the way the running strategy.
Oh, well,
like
thank you.
I was watching the video back actually, and the way you were like on what are those things called that you were like bow bow bow, and I was like, and I was just trying. I don't know what I was doing.
It was
I-
giving sport technically
Yes.
because no. And
Yes.
that's what here a person non-sporty could not have like, and it was
Yes.
giving like the years of soccer, like going like like
Yes.
something like
it was
that.
definitely giving
I'm telling
sporty.
you.
My
girl.
years practicing on the agility ladder just really
Yes,
Really
Listen, she was giving like balls to the wall, but you were giving like
sport with technical.
Yes, I was giving floppy fish.
So maybe we we all do need to be on Wipeout.
I think that would be some good TV. That'd be some good TV.
Or maybe we start small and do one of those like courses that like you just have to get through together. Like you guys went on one at Clamor, right? Where you you climb through or you like swing through. Like it's like an obstacle course.
Just like an obstacle course.
Maybe that's Wipeout's big platform. Maybe we one day go check out one of those courses. Just to test it out.
Test it just to
or
try.
Just hit
work our way up.
Or hit up a Mickey D's and try to go through the
the playpen.
Yeah,
Totally. God, I totally remember those. They were so gross.
They were so gross.
The balls were always so sticky.
I never wanted to go in the ball pit, but I always wanted to go down the slides.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to climb all the way up. You know when you would have to like, it would be like a zigzag. You like climb up one, climb up the other. I'd wanted to go all the way up, go down the slide, just do that again.
Over and over and over. Yeah. I while we were back onto reality TV, while we were talking about Love is Blind and Love Island, I was thinking about another one that I watched and I've only seen one season of, and it's called Are You the One?
I love Are You the One?
Okay. The first and only season of Are You the One I saw, which I think is an MTV show, it was a completely queer cast.
That is the best season.
I was, first of all, shook. I was like, wow, like, okay, we're out here, we're doing the thing. Finally, let's get it together. But like everybody could just date everybody there. So there was no like, oh, like they really have a connection. They'll probably get together because they could have a connection to literally talk to somebody else and make it like there was no.
It's giving free game
It
all
literally
over across
was,
the board.
and the drama because of that,
right?
the drama was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. I want that. Like maybe I would enjoy Love is Blind more. I think it's just like boring. Past the like, oh, we're in love. No, we're not in love. We're fighting. Like past that, I'm like, okay, it's you're either gonna get married or you're not. It's like very predictable. But like with this stuff, woo!
And I feel like Love is Blind especially would be so good for an LGBTQ plus cast because you're not seeing each other.
Right.
You're truly connected to the person.
Right.
So there's just so much to explore there that I think would be fascinating. And I'm honestly surprised they haven't done it yet. I'm surprised there's not many LGBTQ plus dating shows in general.
Agree. And I think, I don't know which show this is, and I will not be able to quote it, but there is a new season of a Love is Blind or a Love Island situation where I think there is a lesbian couple, but like one.
Yeah, they did that on Perfect Match. There was one couple where both women were bisexual, so it was like they might date each other, they might date
and they were
men
like
in the house.
Very femme, which is obviously fine, but like really like the most the most palatable queer situation without like ruffling too many feathers.
And to the point that it's clear it's not for gay audiences.
Yeah, no, it's
like
just,
how do we make this the most palatable for straight people?
Yeah, and like that way, and then nobody can be mad that we're not being inclusive. Yeah. But Are You the One? It was inclusive of like everybody also. Like there was like all the colors of everybody, the queerness of it all. Like it was just so good. Super messy. A lot of toxicity.
Right.
But it was great. I loved every second of it.
And that was a couple years ago. I'm surprised they haven't done another season like that because it was so successful.
It was so good. I wish they would have put it somewhere that we could like stream it like on Hulu or something because like you need to see it.
Yeah, it sounds like a great.
It's so.
That's
good.
all it's missing. I just need a little.
I
bit
know.
Of
I need a little
gayness.
soul.
I want to see the queer couples like really try to find love in that blind space. Like Sierra said, like that is the perfect. Because that truly would be Love is Blind. And I want that.
And I also think that like one thing that obviously like Are You the One doesn't have is like that family aspect of it or like learning about their lives outside of the situation that Love is Blind probably could have really great conversations with people's parents and families and friends and all and like their come up and all of that stuff, which I think is really obviously an important conversation past the like, ooh, this is like fun gay shit. Also, we're talking about some really deep, like real shit, you know?
Right.
Yeah. One of the first probably the first dating reality show I watched was A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Where the premise of that, which it was very like sexualized. Ooh, she's bisexual.
Right.
Wow, crazy.
Kissing girls.
Yeah. But it was that she, it was a dating show where bachelor style people come into the house and they date her, but it was half men and half women. I didn't know that you could be bisexual until I saw that show.
Iconic.
I knew that being gay was a thing because
Right.
obviously growing up in theater,
Right.
so many gay people.
Right.
Knew that 100%. But then I was like, whoa.
Hold on.
She doesn't have to choose.
Right.
You can be both.
Right.
What? Like, and that, even in how flawed that representation is,
Right.
that was the only representation I saw
Mhm.
Right.
of bisexual people.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Two tequila.
I know,
Snaps.
Sheila. That was
Problematic. But
But
we learned something.
representation.
Yeah,
I learned
we
something.
learned.
But it does show how important, even in like goofy, silly, over the top reality show, any type of representation is. Because for a show like Are You the One, I'm sure there were kids who were watching that show and that was the first time they were seeing relationships like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
want some more representation in the what is this
In
called?
the reality
Reality TV
space.
show space.
Yeah, yeah,
At
yeah,
least for
for sure.
coupling and stuff.
Yeah, for like the love shows.
Yeah.
And like, don't they want the most drama?
I know.
And if you have people who are open to dating people of all gender identities and expressions,
can you imagine?
that's double
That's
the
what I'm
pool
saying.
to date.
That's
Literally.
why, that is literally why that season was insane. Like there was no, and once you thought you knew, you didn't
Nope.
know.
Right. Nah.
I want to rewatch
I
it.
was
I
gonna
haven't
say,
rewatched it.
I'm gonna find it. We're gonna find it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Okay, so
rewatch
my
it.
homework for reality TV show is Are You the One?
Are You
Yep.
the One?
On Hulu?
No, we
No?
don't know where it is.
We don't know. Okay, Are You the
We gotta
One?
find it.
We need to find it.
Okay.
Yes.
Are You the One? I gotta find that one.
Are You the One?
I think it's on Paramount Plus currently at the time of this episode being filmed.
Oh,
Okay, Paramount
good.
Plus. We got that one.
I hate how the streaming services are always changing what's on and
I
what's not.
know.
I'm like, okay, this is on this.
And they put it on and put it back off, and then
Oh
they
yeah,
move
they take
it.
it out, or they only have like 3 seasons on this platform
Yes.
and like 4 seasons on the other.
Yeah, someone reached out to me and was like, "Where did you find all of the like
Dance moms?
Because
Yeah.
it was partly on Disney, partly on Hulu." And I'm like, "Where are we?" And then like
right.
some extended ones on Peacock, and you're like, "Where are we?"
I know.
What's going on?
Golly.
Well, if you didn't say you wanted to watch this, but I'm going to give a suggestion anyways. If you want to watch Survivor, because it's really the best show ever. Seasons to start with. This is for you and also for you. Cagayan, Heroes versus Villains, David versus Goliath. I believe those are 3 of the best seasons and also good seasons to start with.
Okay.
Like you don't have to. Heroes versus Villains is a returnees season, but you don't really need to know that to enjoy the season. It
Okay.
just is the best season.
I love that.
Just quickly,
Yes.
is Big Brother a part of this?
Big Brother
What's Big Brother? I've
is
never seen it.
Survivor without being on an island. It's the same strategy. So it's
Oh, okay.
like similar voting process and stuff. I don't really watch Big Brother, but there's a big overlap in the two like
Okay.
fandoms, I guess.
Okay.
But they're instead of being isolated on an island, they're isolated in a house.
Gotcha.
So they can't contact the outside world. They can't, like they don't have phones, they don't have TV, but they're in this house together.
Oh my gosh, did they do that with a
Oh.
bunch of like TikTokers over this pandemic? Like they had like a hype house type thing?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Or some hype or
Well,
what
the
was
hype house was something else.
hype
Oh,
house
just
was
kidding.
something else.
Okay, well
But-
maybe I thought that was that TV
Well, they-
show where they had everyone.
I mean, they do that with celebrities. So like there's like Celebrity Big Brother. They've
Yes.
done that.
Yeah.
I always thought that Big Brother was a spin-off of Survivor. Like this whole time in my
I
head.
think
Because I hadn't seen
it
either.
might be.
They're both CBS,
Yeah.
Mm.
but I don't think so.
Is Big Brother produced by Mark Burnett? If you look that up, because Mark Burnett's the Survivor executive.
The executive producers for Big Brother are Paul Rumer, Douglas Ross, Arnold Shapiro, Allison Grodner, and Rich Meehan.
Nope.
No.
I don't know.
All right.
Well,
They came out the same year because Jeff Probst has
Oh.
been hosting Survivor since 2000, so
Yeah.
23 years.
He's still a host.
Yeah.
Period.
And
I
he's
love
still
that. I love that
fine
for you.
as hell.
I love that for you, Sierra. I'm
yeah,
glad.
me too. Go
There's
girl.
no one on this earth that I would rather meet than Jeff Probst.
Wow.
I'm manifesting
Really?
that for you.
Like-
you will.
You will.
I think with most celebrities that I look up to, I wouldn't even really want to meet them. Like, of course, if I had the opportunity to meet Taylor Swift, I would. But that's not something where I'm like, I have to meet Taylor Swift. Because,
Right.
like, she is Jess just pulled up a picture of him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Taylor Swift is, like, such a celebrity that, like, I don't even know what I would talk to her about.
Right.
You know? Like, I could tell her how much her music means to me, but, like, I don't know what we're going to have a conversation about.
Yeah.
Right.
The things that Jeff and I could talk about.
What are you starting with?
Yeah.
All of my ideas, of course.
God.
I do love that. Hey,
And
Jeff.
all of my
Yeah, yeah.
questions. all of my questions about the like Survivor behind the scenes. Which for the first time, Jeff started doing a podcast this season where he talks about the behind the scenes stuff.
That you're gonna eat that up. Ooh,
More Jeff.
More Jeff.
she's out here like
Literally.
He's just the best. And he's such a good host. Everyone who's been on the show talks about like, no, that's not like edited. It's not like he's like being fed lines. Like he really is that good.
Wow.
And he's so like socially aware. Like Survivor's been on the air for a long time and there've been very problematic things on the show, but they have continued to adapt and evolve. And I do think a big driving force of that seems to be Jeff Probst.
Wow.
Like he seems personally very invested in like making Survivor inclusive, making Survivor like his whole thing is he loves that Survivor is like microcosm of the real world where like people from different backgrounds are coming together. And I think because of that, he clearly acknowledges how important it is to have conversations about things like identity, sexuality, race, family acceptance, like even just generational divides. Like he so clearly wants that to be a part of the show because it's a part of society.
Right.
And it's led to, I think, some really amazing moments on Survivor for representation, for diversity, and even just for kind of reaching out to a lot of people in middle America who maybe aren't seeing people like that in their real life.
Right. I love that. Jeff Probst.
Damn.
No.
Damn,
Doing the Lord's work, I mean.
Literally.
And keeping that going for so long, like obviously it's doing something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's been around forever. So obviously it's like doing the
I love
thing.
that. If it's great, keep it coming.
Yeah.
It sucks
Season 44.
That's crazy.
Like this episode's 44.
Yeah.
There
we go.
And with that,
Lucky number 44. No, that was good.
This episode is in fact dedicated to Jeff Probst. So if you're Jeff Probst
And Snooki.
and Snooki, Jeff Probst and Snooki.
We'd love to see
the
it.
meatballs. Please let us know your favorite reality shows in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.